I have now purchased a total of $52,000 worth of Palantir stock. So I wanted to make this video for three reasons. To talk about my position, what's going on there, to update my fellow Palantards, and to talk about some news topics, what exactly is going on with Palantir, because we have some new contracts, we have some controversy, we have some new investments on their end because they're going crazy with SPACs. So there's a ton to talk about here. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. First, we're gonna start with my position here because this has just grown pretty substantially over the last few months. So in order to highlight this, I have put together a spreadsheet of all of my buys through history in Palantir, just to highlight this a little bit better. I say all my buys, I mean I've never sold a share of this company. So just jumping right in, we can see my very first purchases were on March 3rd. I bought 50 shares twice, 24 bucks and the high end of 23 bucks. And then again on the 3rd, I guess I did a bunch of different orders on the 3rd. Oh yeah, I was watching the price and just kind of like seeing it was going down that day. It was kind of tanking that day. And I was just picking up share after share after share. And then the next day I bought some more, just a little bit more. I bought, for whatever reason, 2 shares and then 48 shares. And then the next day after that, I was kind of going on a buying frenzy here because what happened was I was interested at the price it was at 24 bucks, but I didn't want to just jump in, cannonball in, because the price is all over the place with this company. So I wanted to kind of like dip my toe in, understand the price a little bit better, and then just kind of almost like dollar cost average in. But what happened is I started purchasing in, and then the price was just going down and down and down. And I was like, okay, I don't know if it's going to ever be this low again. Let me just go ahead and start buying more and more and more as it started going down. And that worked out really well because I ended up buying most of my shares far below what like the 1 month average price was. And it worked out well, at least in the short run, before we saw another deep dip after that. So I ended up buying more and more and more, early March, all through March. At this point, I had already had 1,600 shares in the first month of buying these shares. And then I bought some more here in April, about 250 more shares. Had a little hiatus until the 4th of May, where I bought a bunch of additional shares over a period of time where it dipped, because I do what I say I'm going to do and I buy when it dips. Here I just bought 8 shares on a different app. I just bought 8 shares, and then I bought another 200 shares for the last time on the 10th of May. Now, what I just realized, I was looking at my brokerage account and I was like, oh, I broke $50,000 in actual out-of-pocket money. And this kind of goes to show how often I actually look at my long-term holds. For my long-term holds, I buy and I don't really look at the share price unless I'm making a video just to make sure that I'm completely up to date, because I don't care what happens to the share price in the short term. Right now I'm up about 10% of what my average cost is. That could be completely reversed next week. Still don't care. If it reversed, I would just buy more, frankly. It's nice to be up, don't get me wrong. I love being up, but it's a long-term position for me, so I really don't care what the day-to-day price is. So taking all this in, we can scroll down here. Total shares, 2,408 shares. Total out of pocket, 52,501. Total at the current price, 57,672. Now again, it's nice to see that I'm up, but if it goes down, that's fine. That is totally fine. I'm not here to make any short-term predictions. I'm not here to tell you what the price is going to be in 2 weeks or in a month. All I'm here to tell you is my price target for March of 2022 is $33. That's my price target. Will it hit that? Absolutely. I'm not sure. I think it's totally feasible. I think it's within the realm of possibility with the growth and the trajectory that we're seeing, the awesome management, the additional contracts that we're seeing each and every day. I'm still very bullish and confident in this company. But for me, it's a 5 to 10 year hold. And as you can see, I am in heavy, which I think will pay massive dividends. Of course, none of this is financial advice whatsoever. Also, if you want to just check out some of the offers down below, first off, you can grab 2 free stocks with Webull. I've noticed recently they've been giving out free stocks of Corsair Gaming, which is pretty cool because I think Corsair is selling at a pretty good discount right now, or at least it's a decent deal right now. So you could get a stock that's a decent deal, see a nice return there. All I have to do is deposit 100 bucks. Also, I have opened a Patreon. I don't think I've mentioned this on any Palantir videos. I've opened a Patreon where I do things like buy alerts, my research notes, private live streams, private content, early access to content. I'm focusing a lot of energy on this, and there's limited, it's actually sold out right now. So I'll add some more spots right before I post this video because we do limited runs. That way I can make sure everyone's taken care of. So go ahead and check that out. Now let's get into Palantir news because there's a lot going on here. First off, some really good news. Palantir Technologies wins United States Special Operations contract worth $111 million. So they re-upped a contract here worth $111 million for Special Operations Command to continue to serve its data management and AI-enabled mission command. I love to see when existing customers re-up contracts. So it just screams to me they are doing a good job, which above all else in this high-tech area means a lot. It really means a lot if customers are going back, and especially if they're spending more. It just means that their software, their product is very, very effective. So this contract includes a base year and an additional 1-year extension. And that is just one of many, many contracts that we've seen. Palantir has been serving this command for the last 10 years. That is amazing to me. A client for 10 years that is just shelling out tens of millions of dollars every single year. Now moving on from here for some more news, Palantir is buying into another SPAC. This is at least their 6th that I know of SPAC that they bought in with another PIPE investment. And the PIPE investment, we don't know the exact amount. We won't know until the next quarterly report comes out, the next quarterly earnings come out. But the total amount is $230 million invested into this company, Babylon, who is part of a SPAC merger with Alchemy Global Acquisition Corp. Now, it's kind of hard to really understand what exactly Babylon does. So I read through their investor report here. So with the SPAC, the acquisition company has some pretty heavy hitters. First off, we have the former CEO of Groupon and the former COO of Groupon. And then on the actual management team, the board of Babylon, tons of people who are very, very qualified in the health industry. So I love seeing a good management team. And we know we've heard Palantir say that they're really trying to team up with smaller startups that have great management teams and an outlook to see huge multiples. So I think it seems like their strategy here is to, kind of spread out their investments, expect that most of them aren't going to do that well, maybe air taxis, I don't know. And then maybe 1 or 2 will do extraordinarily well and pay for all the other investments times 10. So that seems like that's kind of the Peter Thiel approach anyways. So it seems like Palantir would take a similar approach to that. So Babylon Technologies, what problem are we solving? They're trying to fix healthcare, basically. They're trying to combine value-based care with digital care and the economies that go with digital care. And they seem to be trying to do this in a few different ways. So they have this digital health suite that supposedly gives better data, insights, you can set health goals. It's just a better platform for viewing yourself as a patient, and then a virtual consultation option, kind of like a teledoc type service, and then better just value-based care. Now, this is a company that already has sales, but of course, we don't know how this investment is going to pan out probably for years to come. Now, we have some additional news that I feel the need to cover. I don't want to just give nothing but positive news and just hype people up blindly. I'm here to give the full picture. That way you can make a better judgment as to what is the best investment decisions for yourself. And this news is kind of strange. It's a campaign against Palantir to try and get them out of Britain's NHS. But what's strange about this, so the campaign is called No Palantir in Our NHS. In this article, it says Palantir has been criticized by privacy campaigners and human rights groups on multiple occasions. It doesn't really cite any proof of anything done wrong. And then I go into the actual group here, People Against Palantir in the NHS. And there's very little reasoning given as to why they don't like Palantir. So it just says Palantir is one of the most controversial tech companies in the world. And it also just says it's founded by Trump-backing Silicon Valley billionaire Peter Thiel. But other than that, it doesn't say what they're doing wrong. It says that Palantir is making a profit with contracts at the NHS. Of course, yeah, they're a data management company. That's what they're going to do, is try to make a profit off of data. So it's kind of confusing to me what their complaints are. I wish there was more detailed, like Palantir did this, this, and this, and then we could kind of judge, is this good, is this bad? It's just strange to me that they're like, we hate Palantir, but they don't really say, just backing Trump isn't enough to, try and get them out of the NHS. So I hope to be able to update you with more information on this as more information comes out, because I think it's important to understand the negatives as well as the positives about any investment you're in. I'm constantly looking for reasons why I'm wrong with an investment. And I think that's what a rational investor should do. Seek out the opposite of whatever your opinion is. That way you can become a little bit smarter and potentially fix your missteps, because we're just not right every single time. So it's good to understand the negatives as far as the positives. So that's going to do it for today. I would like to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe, do all the things, check out the various offers down in the description, and I hope you have a profitable day.